today's date is the 7th. You can label this standard deviation and z-scores. Okay, we've done all of this before. It's just more practice. All right, so let's say we have 3 scores on quizzes that are all out of 17. I got a 14.5, I got a 16.5, and I got a 15.4. Okay, I want to find the standard deviation for this. What do I need to find first before I can find the standard deviation? The mean. And how do I find the mean? Add them all up and divide them by 3, because there are 3 of them. So let's do that. What's my mean for these? It is, let's round to 2 decimal places. What did we get? 15.47 is my mean. Okay, now we're going to break down our standard deviation. I'm going to do it like we did for one of our homework assignments, where I'm going to make a chart. Okay? In my first one of my chart, I'm going to say the score minus the mean. My second part of my chart is going to be the score minus the mean squared. So we take whatever that is and square it. The third part of my chart is just the summation of all of them. So it's just one number. I'm just adding them all together. That's what summation means. And then next, I am going to take that answer, divide it by the number of terms, and square root it. And that's going to give me my standard deviation. Okay? I need to know that my mean is 15.47. I'm going to do just one, and then you guys do the other 2. Okay? First, I'm going to take my first term, 14.5, minus 15.47. That gives me negative 0.97. Now I'm going to take negative 0.97 and I'm going to square it. And I get 0.9409. I'm going to find the 2 others of these, and then I want you guys to add them together, divide it by the number of terms, and square root it, and find the standard deviation. I'm going to give you a minute to work on that. Subtract the mean from every single one of those terms. Then, square each term. Then, add all the terms together. Finally, divide it by the number of terms we have, and square root it. Yes? No, a standardized value is the same as a z-score. All right, are we ready? Okay. You should have gotten 1.03 and negative 0.07. And then when we square them, we should have gotten 1.0609 and 0.0049. When you added them all up, what did you guys get? 2.0067. Correct, 2.0067. And so we took that and 2.0067, divided it by 3, square rooted it, and we got standard deviation is 0.82, correct? Questions about this? Yes.
I just watched you.
Are you okay with taking each term and subtracting it from the mean?
Yeah, it's just the dividing.
Okay, so I literally took this answer right here, the sum, divided it by, I knew there were 3 terms, so that's why I divided it by 3, and then I square rooted it. Okay, that's the standard deviation. Now, I want to find the z-score if you score 17 points. So, z-scores formula, who remembers what that is? Go ahead, Michelle.
The actual value minus the mean
Equals the z-score. Okay, so let's find the z-score. So I'm going to take the actual value, 17, minus the mean, 15.47. Divide that by 0.82. And what do I get, guys? Put that in your calculators right now. What do I get? I get 1.87. Okay, let's try it. I'm going to put it in my calculator. I did this last hour, but you know, I could have done something wrong. I did 17 minus 15.47. Then I divided that by 0.82, and I got 1.8658, so I rounded up to 1.87. Okay? Now, here's my question that I'm going to add. What is the probability of getting 17? Do I know what the z-score is already? Do you guys remember how we find probability? What do? You take out the chart. You take out this z-score chart, and I go to 1, and then I want 1.8, and I go over to 1.87, and I get 0.9693. Okay. Questions about looking at the chart? Okay. If my score is in the 30th percentile, what's your score? So remember, we're going to use this. We're going to use x minus the average, 15.47, over the standard deviation, 0.82. But how am I going to find the z-score to find my actual score? It says 30th percentile. That's the same thing as 0.30, correct? Okay, so now I'm going to take out my chart and look up 0.30 in the inside of my chart instead of looking on the outside. I want 0.30 and as close as I can possibly get. I think the closest I can get is negative 0.52. So I literally went to my chart looking for 0.3, and I get 0.3015, so I think that's the closest. Okay? Now I'm going to work backwards. I'm going to multiply both sides by 0.82. So negative 0.52 times 0.82 gives us negative 0.4264. Now I'm going to add 15.47 to it. And I get x equals 15.0436. Do we agree? Negative 0.4264. 4264. Yep. Okay. Your homework has you figure out from a z-score how tall somebody is. If it says who's actually taller, I want you to tell me, like, this person's 6 foot, this person's 5'8", 6 foot tall, right? But if it says relatively taller, find the z-scores. Whoever has the biggest z-score is the one that's taller, okay? If you see the word standardized value, that's the same thing as z-score, okay? Any questions about anything on your homework?